from Traverse Bay Crochet, and today we're going to be making this beautiful braided puff baby blanket. It's a very easy blanket to work up and uses double crochet as well as these pretty puff stitches to make a very elegant yet easy blanket. So to get started, we're going to be using a size I 5.5 millimeter crochet hook and also medium worsted weight yarn. This is Yarn Bee Denim in Color in green, but any soft medium worsted weight yarn will do. So what's also important to note that we will be working in multiples of 12 plus 2 if you would like a larger or smaller blanket. What we're going to be making today will measure 30 inches by 30 inches. It's a great little blanket. I think it's perfect for a car seat. And the gauge is 9 stitches by 5 rows equals 3 inches. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to begin by chaining 74. So now we made our 74 chains, and I just want to make a quick note that you'll need about 12 ounces of yarn for your car seat size baby blanket, and you may need more or less depending on what size you need. Okay, so now we're going to start by making a puff stitch into the third chain from the hook, and to do that we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over again, insert our hook, and yarn over one more time, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all our loops, chain 2, and we're going to do another puff into the same stitch, and yarn over and pull through all the loops, chain 2. Now we're going to skip our next stitch and double crochet directly into the next, and we're going to double crochet into the next 8 stitches, and now we're going to skip the next stitch and we're going to make a puff into the next, chain 2, and make a puff into that same stitch, chain 2, skip the next stitch and double crochet into the next 9 stitches, skip the next stitch and puff into the next, chain 2, and puff into the same stitch, chain 2, and then we're going to continue by skipping the next stitch, double crocheting the next 9, and doing our puffs just as we just did in the beginning there. So we're going to repeat that. Do your puff, skip a stitch, double crochet the next 9, skip a stitch, do your puff. Okay, so finish doing that for this row and I'll meet you back for row 2. So now we're going to chain 2, turn our work, and now for this row we're going to do 2 puffs in between that space, that chain 2 space that we made on our last row. So we're going to puff right in between there, chain 2, and make another puff into that same space. Chain 2, and now we're going to skip that next stitch and double crochet right into the next 9 stitches. And now we're going to directly puff into that space that we made in our previous row. Chain 2 and make another puff into that same space. Chain 2, skip the next stitch and double crochet into the next 9 stitches. And we're just going to keep working this pattern all the way to the end of the row. Okay, so we're going to puff in that space from the previous row for our puffs, and then just skip the next stitch and double crochet 9 double crochets in between them. So keep repeating this pattern all the way to the end of your row, chain 2, and just keep repeating this row until your blanket measures 30 inches, and then fasten off and weave in your ends, and I will meet you back. Now I worked my way up to 30 inches and fastened off and weaved in my ends, and there you have it. You have a beautiful braided puff baby blanket. And I will have the written instructions on my blog, and I'll put that in the description if you would like to see that. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more free patterns, and have a great day.